NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing is presented by the auto parts experts at AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. And sponsored by DirecTV. NASCAR Hot Pass only on DirecTV puts you behind the wheel. By Chevy, the most wins in NASCAR history. That's an American revolution. And by Sprint, welcome to the 2008 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Speed is beautiful.
28 laps complete. Clint Boyer, the new leader. Our aerial coverage is brought to you by DirecTV. NASCAR Hot Pass only on DirecTV puts you behind the wheel.
There's the conveyor belt. Conveyor belt of race cars.
And look at that, not an empty seat in the house. Another sellout at Bristol Motor Speedway. And Boyer's picking up right where he left off yesterday.
Yeah, he had a great car yesterday, but the problem now, he's getting stacked up behind guys that are trying to stay on the lead lap, and as he's doing that, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, and this group right here, Tony Stewart just went by, Casey Mears in the 5, Tony Stewart the 20. This will bring them right back up to the rear bumper of Clint Boyer.
And boys, hold on. Pressures are coming up. I'll be with you here shortly.
Okay.
You're coming to us, and Stewart's moving to the front.
Yep. I don't want to peak too early.
Jimmy Johnson led the first. We'll double check. That's not correct. We'll double check that. Johnson led the first part of the race and gave way to Clint Boyer. But we've now run 32 laps. And we'll get that computer updated. As Clint Boyer is riding a rocket here. He's running this track at 16.8. Here's a look at Dale Jarrett, who is still on the lead lap.
Yeah, Dale is right now, he went a lap down just about a lap ago to Clint Boyer. Here's the other two Richard Childress teammates, Kevin Harvick in the 29, Jeff Burton in the 31. Those guys battling for 7th. No longer a battle between those guys. We didn't have a lot of happy people in the practices yesterday, but actually both those two Childress cars there, Harvick in the 29, Burton in the 31, were pretty pleased with their race cars.
Now, Kyle Petty was very strong in practice, but again, Larry, I think he's a victim of starting in the back. There's just no way to gain enough ground to stay out in front of the leaders when you're back there.
Yeah, that, and plus that's the kind of race Kyle runs here. Real conservative early on.
Okay.
Take care of the car. He'll come back.
But you're right, Mike. Starting at the back yesterday, watching the practice session. In the first practice, all 43 cars were out there. I think 2.5 to 3 tenths separated the entire field. Almost everyone was running the same speed.
Kyle Busch just got in the back of Kyle Petty. And both cars able to continue, but there was some pretty heavy contact there.
But while we're talking about Kyle Busch, now remember the field was set by the owner points from 2007. Let's take a look at this. Going down into turn 1, he runs up on the back of Kyle Petty, just squeezes up in front of Sam Hornish in the 77. But Kyle Busch started back in the 22nd position. Right now he's in 12th, now looking at the top 10.
39 caution-free laps complete in Thunder Valley. Clint Boyer leading in Sprint Cup Racing presented by AutoZone. Clint Boyer lapping cars at will. He just moved past Travis Kvapil and Dale Jarrett. Next time by should be the 50-lap caution. Here comes Jarrett trying to get himself into the free pass position. Can't do it. And we expect that competition yellow. There it flies.
Coming to the caution.
So it looks like Travis Kvapil will get the free pass in the Yates Racing Ford, number 28.
You know, it's the car that won here last year.
Yeah, it was Carl Edwards' car that won here last fall.
Right.
Was sold to Yates Racing. Biggest mover in this race. Is anybody surprised? Kyle Busch has come from 22nd to 11th.
Now we have a very unique pit road here. We have 2 pit roads, one on the back stretch and one on the front stretch. Everyone will enter right here, and pit road pretty much goes around the apron and all the way down the front stretch. It's pretty much to put everyone on equal ground as far as their pit box. So everyone will enter coming into turn 2, and we expect that pretty much everybody will beat a pit road for 4 tires and probably a lot of adjustments.
NASCAR called for this competition caution due to the rains that just pelted the Speedway last night, washed all the rubber from the racetrack that we had from the Nationwide Series race.
And you can see all that rubber right there. That's 50 laps of racing, and that's already got that built up.
We used to call it marbles. Now we call it what? Shred that gets up there. That's just what it looks like.
But Darryl, you and Jeff talked about it in the pre-race. Tire wear was definitely concerned. That'll give them a pretty good gauge there because it will only get better once the rubber gets down on the track.
Well, you heard Stewart say, let it rubber up, then we'll be okay.
Clint Boyer has led 39 of the 52 laps as pit road opens. Here's Krista.
Under caution, they all come in off of turn 2, and Clint Boyer has the very first pit stall. Gil Martin said, Clint, how's your car? He said one word, good. No changes planned for the 07. Dick Berggren.
Jeff Gordon started in the second position. He has lost 5 spots. The car was tight from the beginning. It has gotten no better as the race has unfolded. They're going to try to adjust, loosen the car up for him at least a little bit. He is one of the favorites to win the race today. Steve Burns.
Matt Kenseth in the 17 hits pit road. Dick, he said his car was terribly loose at the beginning of the race. It's gotten a little bit tighter. He needs more grip in the front. They're going to drop the track bar, Matt.
Johnson and Stewart pitting on the front stretch. Significant change for Johnson. His car was free on exit. Stewart says his car wasn't bad. He just didn't want to make a big adjustment that might hurt him at the beginning of the run.
Boy, that was a close battle off pit road. They're pretty much going to leave pit road about like how they came in.
So the first caution of the day is a NASCAR competition yellow for everyone to check tire wear. And Clint Boyer is still our leader. Ready for our Claret and Clear to Drive restart. Live Claret and Clear indoors and out. 37 lead lap cars as we get set for this restart. Clint Boyer brings them down. Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick, Casey Mears, Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, right now we've got 37 cars on the lead lap after Travis Quapple got the free pass. The reason Matt Kenseth in the 17 fell all the way back to the 15th position during those pit stops, Cameron Cobb, the jack man, had a problem with the jack.
And a commitment line violation for Ken Schrader on his stop, so he had to make a second stop and is now last car on the lead lap.
Jeff Gordon in the 24 car back
Trouble,
in the 7th
turn
position.
4.
Robbie Gordon, we have caution on the Speedway.
Didn't hit anything.
Fun, guys. He's fun. Try to get going. Try to get going.
That'll be good news for Joe Nemechek in the 78 car. He'll get the free pass.
All right, be careful.
Robbie can't get the car started. Flooded.
No, he didn't hit nothing. He didn't hit nothing.
Now he's going.
So this is the second caution of the day, the first for an on-track incident as Robbie Gordon spins, and we're at caution number 2.
I think it's safe to say they'll be staying out this time.
Oh yeah.